Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another video, man. And today we got the cheap versus expensive challenge, man. I just thought this would be a dope concept. I wanted to use the clippers that I first ever got, like my first real clipper that had a lever on it and I can actually fade with, and had the guards and I can actually do something with it. And I wanted to go back and reminisce on those days. I was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna get a clip, a client, to do, and I was gonna do one side with a real cheap clipper and the other side with an expensive, good, good new clipper, man. So, honestly, man, it was dope, bro. I'm gonna save the all like the results for later, so you guys can watch this video, man. But man, it was real cool. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and who knows, man, I might call out a few people. We gotta check it out, bro. But this was a dope video. I thought it was a dope idea. But yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna let you guys get into it, man. And like I said, it's tube lean. Before you guys start, leave a like on this video just because it helps my channel grow. But at the end of the day, thank you guys for supporting me. And I'm not gonna talk y'all heads off, man. I'm gonna get y'all into the video. Let's go.
Alright, so we're gonna start this first step, the bald line, and this is gonna be a mid fade, so we're gonna do it right at his temple, and we're just gonna kind of drop it down just because I didn't want to make it too high. So it's almost like a drop fade and a mid fade combined. Yeah, and for this we are gonna do like a universal step, right? Like I'm gonna use my trimmers to bald out the line and all that other stuff. We're not gonna use the clipper for that. We're only gonna compare like the fading process with the two clippers. The first side I'm gonna show you guys are the cheaper ones, and then we're gonna get into the more expensive ones and my more recent cops. And so yeah, but anything else like the bald line, anything like that, this client didn't want to line up, so we're not gonna line him up. But all that other stuff we are gonna use with like universal clippers. I think I do need to get like a new little setup, like a tripod that can go a little bit higher, just because a lot of this time I was also in the way, and I kind of have trouble a lot of times with this, where I'll be in the middle of the camera because I'm so like focused on cutting hair that I'm not worried if the camera can see, right? But I try to be as best as I can. Basically, you guys seen it, we got the more cheaper clippers. I believe these were like 25 bucks, and we went in with the lever open, made the first guideline, and now we're trying to fade it out. And I'll let you guys watch it now. And the main purpose of this video right here is just to show you guys that the clipper does not necessarily make the barber. You can have great clippers and still not cut the best, right? And you can have what you would say the worst clippers or the cheapest clippers and still be able to do a great job. It honestly just depends on your skill and your knowledge. And I just wanted to show you guys and make this real known that this is a problem with these clippers, that they heat up real fast. And so right now that I'm using the lever, and I need to use the steel blade with no guard on it, it got real hot on my client, and I had to spray it with some Cool Care. But yeah, man, so I just wanted to make that known that was one of the problems. But at the end of the day, man, we were still able to get this cut in. Alright, now here's me just showing you I slapped that one guard on there, and you want to make sure the lever is all the way open. And if any of you guys don't know, the lever open is where your lever is all the way close toward like the ground and not toward like the up in the air. There you go. So if you guys don't know, that's what I mean. And with this clipper, the cheap one, I did have to go over spots a little bit more than once, you know, just to clear out some of the bulk that it just wasn't clearing in the first stroke. And that is one thing that I noticed with using these old ones again, you know, because it's been a while since I used these. You know, the first one pretty much cleared it all in the first stroke, but these ones I definitely had to take more time. And so the other ones were more like time efficient, you know, I was able to move a little bit faster, but you know, that's just one of the things that you pay for, right? All right, so now we have this 2 guard. We went in with this 2 open, and we're going about 1 inch up, and you know, we're making sure to flick out once we get to the toward the top of his head, like go straight up, because we're wanting to create this boxy look. You know, I don't think he's too big on it, but he did want to keep a lot of this length of his hair on top. He didn't want me to cut any, and therefore we're making sure to have it just, you know, connect nice and smoothly. And one thing that I didn't get with this clipper when I bought it was a 1.5 guard. Therefore, I had to do a lot of flicking out with that 1 open to get that transition. But luckily, you know, over the time that I've been cutting hair, I've focused a lot on, you know, flicking out and going straight up. So I have a good control of my clipper, almost like freehanding, and therefore I didn't have too much trouble with it. You know, afterwards when I went to go detail, I did go over with the 1.5, but I found that, you know, I did so well on it, the 1.5 didn't even do anything. And I believe this is the 1/2 guard or the 0 guard, and we're going out that middle line and flicking out. What we're trying to take out is the line that we created with that lever open, and you want to just go over it. Sometimes it doesn't always take it out completely, and then we'll have to go in with that lever open and make sure to flick it out. And we try to get this video in like the best location for the camera setup and everything, and I think I did an alright job, although there were some times that I was in front of the camera. You know, I think that was completely, you know, just my fault, just because I should have been aware, you know, that I was in the middle of a camera. But there still is this harsh line there, and I'm working on it. As you guys can see, toward like the side, it's starting to go away, and I'm erasing it right now toward that middle area. And boom, man, just like that, you know, it's already starting to come together. As you guys can see, the fade is pretty much done. You know, we're just gonna do a little bit of detail and lighten up some spots that I don't like, that are too dark, and try to make it, you know, perpendicular all the way around. Make sure that, you know, it's light all around in certain areas and it's dark all around in certain areas. You know, that's something that, you know, most barbers I don't think can really once we're done with the rough draft of this side, I am going to show you guys like the fade, more up close look from that side, and then I'll show you the after I do the other side with what's considered the better clippers, the more expensive ones. right now, especially at the beginning of my career, you know, I'm trying to learn all possible techniques. You know, I'm trying to every way you can possibly do something, man. I want to, you know, almost like perfect it, and really just find what it is that I like the best, and you know, just what comforts me, because there's no one way to do a haircut. You know, you can do it many different ways, depending on how it is that you like to cut your hair. All right, now we're going in with the what you call the expensive clippers, or the good ones, and I got a few of them, and you're gonna see me switch through them. I got the cordless magic clips and the wall legends. I'm gonna do an updated video on you know, my kit and all that stuff, because I got a lot of new stuff since the last one that I made. But yeah, we're just doing the same thing on the other side, man. Starting the first guideline with the lever open, and we're going all around the head. And this one, as you can see, the guideline is a lot more clear and clean, and I just need to fade it in. And the way I fade is two different ways. I can do it both, but I've generally always went fade downward, right, where I would set in the guideline with the lever open, and then close it a little bit, and then go a little bit underneath my guideline, and close it a little bit more, and go a little bit underneath, and then close it a little bit more, and a little bit more underneath, and eventually you know, I'm gonna be all the way closed, and I'm gonna be at the way bottom of that guideline, and it should be already faded out. And as you guys can see, that bottom line is slowly disappearing. Right now it's looking a little soft, but it's just because I'm not all the way lever closed yet. But once I do hit that lever close, it should come out real nice and smooth. And you know, we're spending a little bit of extra time on the side, making sure we get this side completely faded out and nice and clean, because I really do believe, you know, this first step is really important. This is what really, you know, creates this graduate blend and makes it look, you know, really pop. Alright, and now we just we grab that one guard, and we're gonna get it all the way open, the lever all the way open, and we're gonna go it up about an inch, and you're gonna go all the way around the head. In this case, since we did it already on the other side, we're gonna go all the way to the back, and like I said, about an inch, half an inch. And yeah, after once you're doing that, then you're gonna want to go the lever closed, but you don't want to go all the way up to the guideline that you created, just a little bit under it, and make sure to flick out so you do not leave another line. You do not want to go all the way up to the guideline. You want to make sure you're just a little bit underneath. And here we're going in with this 2 open, and we're going up about another inch, and we're making sure we flick out, because we want to, you know, like I said on the other side, we want to keep this like boxy type of look. Make sure that it's not digging into the head. And right underneath that, you're gonna go with that 2 closed, and it should be pretty much faded. We just really gotta do some of that 1.5 work and that 0 guard from because we ended up skipping that step because we went straight to that 2 open. All we're doing here is, you know, grabbing this 1 guard, and we're going back up with that 1 closed, making sure going right underneath from that 1 open from earlier. And we're also doing a little bit work with that 0 guard close. And here we're going in with that that 1.5 closed, and we're connecting it from that 2 closed and that 1 open from earlier. And yeah, this is gonna really make this come together. I do feel like I might have went a little too high with that 1 closed, so I might have to go in and raise the 1 open a little bit higher so I can get that blend in. But we're gonna see how it works out, and we'll see if that's what I ended up doing. As you can see, this 1.5 guard is really bringing it all together, man. You really just want to lever play with it. I always start open and just start to work my way up, and I close it a little bit more as I go down. And man, look at it, it's looking real good. And so this is my little cousin right here, and so I wanted to spend a lot of extra little time making sure that I take out any little lines and detail this the best I can. His hair on the right side was a little bit more difficult. He had areas in his head where it was growing in different directions, and sometimes some of it was just a little stubborn. And that's when you just got to spend a little bit of extra time making sure you detail those little areas, use the corner of your blade. And I definitely did that a lot, especially in the back right here, because I had to it was a little weird, going from doing one side and then completely envisioning the other side again. But at the end of the day, man, we did it. We made sure it was all the same length. And this right here is what I meant when I said to shape the head and just go straight up. I'm going in with that. I think it's a two open, and we're going straight up, right up off his head, and we're not digging into head. We're making sure we go right up as soon as we get to that parietal ridge area. And I had to go back in toward like the back of his head, just because in that area I had to kind of connect the two, because I started on one side and then I kind of left and started the other side completely like a brand new, right? And so I had to spend a little extra time making sure that the two just looked the exact same from both sides, no matter what angle you were looking at. Guys, so this is the cut. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, man. And right here, this is the side with the cheap clipper, and this one right here is the expensive clipper.
All right, there you guys got it, man. Hope you guys enjoyed that video, bro. I thought it was pretty sick, man. I just really did it just because I wanted to show you guys, any of you guys that are cutting hair, that you guys don't need, the best clipper out, to give a good haircut. I did want to like give him a lineup and stuff, but he didn't really want it, so I wasn't gonna force anything upon it. But at the end of the day, the lineup wouldn't have made a difference because it wasn't a cheap liner, so it didn't really matter. But I just wanted to show you guys that you guys can give a nice haircut with a cheap clipper. It doesn't make too much of a difference. There are some like disadvantages, like you might have to wait sometimes. Luckily I was only doing one side, and I had a spray to cool my clipper down, but it got really hot, and I made sure to include that in like in the video just to show you guys, you know, that was one of the downfalls. But as you guys seen, man, the haircut came out great. You know, I was able to fade, I was able to do it all. It's just technique, man. If you know how to cut hair and you know how to go throughout the motions and all these tricks, you're gonna be able to give a great haircut regardless. So don't let that discourage any of you guys, man. I started with a real cheap, I think it was like 25 bucks, and you know, it was a great haircut regardless. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, it's too bling. Make sure to like and subscribe and turn on the post notifications to be notified when I upload another video, man. I'm grinding these videos, as you guys can tell. I ain't stopping. Tuesdays and Thursdays, and every once in a while I'm gonna go and add 3, maybe like on a Saturday or Sunday, and you know, I try to make sure I'm consistent and continuing to put those uploads out there. But yeah, man, I hope you guys have a great rest of your guys' day. It's too bling, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Have a great rest of y'all day, man.